Dr. Fauci can run, but he cannot hide. That wave is cresting, and it's going to crash down on him. And those will be hearings I think America would actually want to see. Joining us now is Texas Congressman Troy Nehls. Congressman, thanks so much for being with us tonight.
Jan, good to be with you.
Well, I know that you are one of many who are asking Fauci to maintain his record. So if Fauci runs away before the next Congress is sworn in, he's protecting himself from a full accounting of his actions.
Well, I think he's leaving because he knows that Nancy will no longer be there to protect him. I mean, we know that Government and Oversight Reform Representative Comer will be the chair of that committee, and they're going to want to bring Fauci in front of that committee to ask him questions that we're not getting or haven't received from the dishonest media for the past couple of years. And there are a lot of questions that need to be asked, whether it's some of the issues related to the Wuhan lab, gain-of-function research. I mean, Senator Rand Paul's done a good job grilling him, but we need him in Washington. We need him to get familiar with the address of the United States Capitol, because he needs to be visiting it several times, because we have a lot of questions the American people need to know.
Yeah, and please take away his pension while you're at it. Congressman, Dr. Fauci, he said he was open to oversight, but he had stipulations. Take a listen.
I believe oversight is a very important part of government structure, and I welcome it, and it can be productive. But what has happened up to now is more of a character assassination than it is oversight. So sure, I'd be happy to cooperate so long as we make it something that is a dignified oversight, which it should be, and not just bringing up ridiculous things and attacking my character.
Obviously, it's always been about Dr. Fauci, and that's about it. How do you respond to this?
I'd just say, what a clown. I bet you he would support the sham committee on January 6th, which is nothing more than an attack on Donald Trump each and every time they visit. So, no, Dr. Fauci, when you get your subpoena, obey the subpoena, come out in front of Congress and answer the questions that you're asked, because I think the American people have a right to know. Listen, the American people have looked at this coronavirus, and they've seen Dr. Fauci flip-flop on several issues, whether it was no mask, or you can have a mask, or you get the jab, you won't get the virus, and all of a sudden now people are getting the virus. So there's a lot of questions. And once the American people lose faith and confidence in their public health officials, I mean, COVID killed a lot of people. They killed a lot of people. It was a serious deal. But this guy politicized it, in my humble opinion. It caused all the lockdowns. It gave everybody a ballot by mail. I mean, it was just it destroyed Donald Trump's economy. Everything was on cruise control. This guy gets in there, all the lockdowns. You can riot, though. You can go to the summer riots, folks, but you can't go over by Graham and have turkey. I mean, crazy.
Yeah, we'll be dealing with it for years to come, Congressman. And I want to ask you about this. The CDC director, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, she is now asking for an overhaul of the CDC following their missteps throughout COVID. I think we can agree that they've misplayed their hand, but I don't think we agree with the mistakes they're talking about. What do you think about this CDC reorganization?
Well, I just think that, we should bring her up in front of the committees as well and have questions and say, hey, listen, there's going to be another pandemic at some point in time in our future. And if the American people don't have confidence in the CDC or our public health officials, the American people won't take it seriously. They won't listen to the government. And quite honestly, why should they, with all the lies and the misinformation we heard from Fauci? So I think this is a serious issue for the future, and we have to make sure that the public can have some faith and confidence in our CDC and our public health officials. Very, very important. She needs to be in front of the committee as well.
Yeah, let me ask you, the Supreme Court, they ruled against the EPA, saying the power should lie with Congress. Should we be giving the CDC and other government agencies less power and authorization, as we know, to run people's lives?
Well, what happened is, when you look at this, and I'm telling you, COVID took Donald Trump down. Look at the election. It gave governors and all these others the ability to make their own rules as it related to a national emergency. So, no, I think Congress needs to have more oversight on this and not allow these governors and all these mayors of these large cities to start creating their own rules and totally taking away, giving the people the ability to just vote the way they want and do whatever they want. It's just crazy what happened with COVID-19 and how it destroyed this country and destroyed our greatest president, Donald Trump.
Well, Congressman Troy Nehls, we thank you for seeking accountability for the American people, and thanks for being with us tonight.
Thank you. God bless you both.